Hello everyone. Today we will be discussing another topic of Unit 2, that is reflection transformation. As this is the fourth lecture of our CAD/CAM series Unit 2. So in the very first lecture we started with the geometrical transformation and then different types of transformation. So today we will be discussing reflection transformation in details. So let's start. The contents are, as we have studied what is geometrical transformation, then the types. In the previous three videos we have covered translation transformation, scaling transformation and rotation transformation. If you have not seen all those lectures and videos, kindly go through the link in this particular playlist of unit 2nd of CAD/CAM and you will find the lectures. So today we will be focusing ourselves on reflection transformation. So let's begin. As in the very first video I have given you the exposure related to reflection transformation. What exactly the reflection transformation is? By using reflection transformation, it is possible to obtain mirror image of an object. Reflection is always carried out about an axis called axis of reflection. So in this particular video, or I can say in this particular lecture, I'll be concentrating myself to the two-dimensional study of the transformation, where we will be focusing on the axis of reflection. So if I am saying that it is reflecting about x-axis, that means it is reflecting about the xz plane, or we can say that suppose if I am saying that any body is reflecting about y-axis, say this object is been reflected about y-axis, so it is along, if we study about plane, so it is along yz plane. So z plane is mutually perpendicular to both x and y planes. So, or we can say the z axis is mutually perpendicular to x and y axis. So in this particular video all the reflections will be either along x axis or y axis. So when we say that it is reflecting along y axis, as I told you previously also, so in this particular case the coordinates of y remains the same but x axis changes. This we will be discussing in the subsequent slides also. Also when there is reflection about x-axis remains the same but y-axis it flips means it changes its signs. So let's see. Important is, if the axis of reflection is x-axis, again if the axis of reflection is x-axis, then the x coordinates of the point remains unchanged while the y coordinates flips means change sign. What I mean to say is, suppose we have a coordinate system in which horizontal line is showing the x-axis and vertical line is showing the y-axis, and if point P having initial coordinates x comma y is been mirrored or is been reflected about x-axis, so its reflection will be P dash, where x coordinates remains the same whereas y coordinates flips. That is, it is saying that if the axis of reflection is x-axis, that is if the axis of reflection is x-axis, then the x coordinates of the point remains unchanged. Initially when P reflected to P dash, the x remains x whereas y coordinates flips. Initially the coordinate of point P, that is the vertical coordinate, is y. After reflection, that is at P dash, it becomes minus y. Similarly, when the axis of reflection is y-axis, the y coordinates of the reflection remains the same while the x coordinates change its sign. That means when it is reflecting about y-axis, suppose this is x-axis is the horizontal line, y-axis is the vertical line. If it is reflecting about y-axis, so y-axis remains, y coordinates remain the same whereas x coordinate flips, that is it change sign. So P becomes P dash, so x comma y coordinates become minus x comma y. So when the x-axis, reflection axis is x-axis, y coordinate flips. When the reflection axis is y-axis, x coordinates are flipped. Hope it is clear. So let's take few cases. Reflection about x-axis. So I'll be discussing this in details, all the cases where we will be taking every case one by one, and we will be drawing the reflection transformation matrix for all the cases. So case 1 is when the reflection is about x-axis, as the reflection of a point P about x-axis is P dash, as we have seen in the figure. So this is the xy plane where the reflection is about x-axis. So this point P is the initial point and P dash is the point of reflection. So we can say that x dash, that is the final coordinates, are same, that is it is x only, whereas the final coordinates, that is at P dash, it becomes minus y. So how we will write it matrix, as we have already done in the previous 3 lectures, that is x dash equals to x and y dash equals to minus y. If this is your basic equation for reflection transformation along x-axis, so matrix will be, say Rx is the reflection matrix along x-axis, it will be 1 0 0 0 minus 1 0 0 0 1. Let me explain also. Hence after reflection coordinates are, say, x dash y dash, then x dash y dash 1 is equals to x y 1. Again I am saying I am using row transformation here. I am using this as row matrix, which is your final matrix. So that is why my transformation matrix are different. So x dash y dash 1 is equals to x y 1 into transformation matrix Rx. So it is 1 0 0 0 minus 1 0 0 0 1. We can check also for x dash equals to this row into first column, x into 1 x, y into 0 0 plus 1 into 0 0. So it becomes x dash becomes equals to x. Similarly for y dash, this into second column of the transformation matrix. So x into 0 is 0, y into minus 1 is minus y. So y dash becomes equals to minus y. So this is this particular matrix is the reflection matrix when the reflection is about x-axis. Now let's take another case, that is case 2, when reflection is about y-axis. Reflection of point P about y-axis is P dash, as shown in figure. So if this is the point P having coordinates x comma y, and if the reflection is about y-axis, the x coordinates it flips, so it becomes minus x comma y. So final coordinates x dash becomes minus x and y dash becomes y. Writing it in matrix form, reflection matrix is given by minus 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. That is, again, hence after reflection coordinates are x dash y dash, then x dash y dash 1 is equals to x y 1 into this matrix. That means for x dash it will be this matrix into first column, x into minus 1 minus x plus y into 0 is 0, 1 into 0 is 0. So x dash becomes equals to minus x. Similarly y dash equals to y, how it is, x this row into second column, y x into 0 is 0, y into 1 is y, 1 into 0 is 0. So it becomes y dash equals to y. You need to practice all these things. You need to keep your pen, again and again I am saying in all the videos that you need to keep your pen and paper along, so that while listening you are making your own concepts also. Because if we start explaining how the matrix are been multiplied, this becomes very tough and it is not that effective also. So during the lectures we are making the concepts, and I appreciate that if you are using your pen papers along, so it will be very effective for you to solve and make your own concepts. So case 2 I think is clear to you. So these are the cases when the points are reflected about x-axis and y-axis, and the reflection axis is either x or y. But let's see another cases. Say a case 3, that is to find reflection matrix when the axis of reflection is the line passing through origin. That means we want to find the reflection matrix when the axis of reflection is not the x-axis or y-axis, but a line that is passing through origin. We know that suppose we have a xy plane in which there is a line which is passing through the origin, that is this red line which I have shown is the axis of reflection, and we want to find the reflection matrix for the point which is reflecting about this particular line. So a line passing through the origin having intercept 0. So equation of the line is this, say suppose this line is making an angle theta with the x-axis. Clear? So equation of this line will be y equals to mx, where m is the slope of this line. So then equation of the line passing through origin is y equals to mx, where m is the slope, m is equals to tan theta, where theta is the angle made by the line, that is the axis of reflection, with horizontal. Yes. Now point P, that is x comma y, needs to be reflected. Suppose this is any point P, that is x comma y, it needs to be reflected about this axis of reflection. So how we will find the reflection matrix? Then the following steps should be taken. We will take the following step. First is rotate the line, that is axis of reflection y equals to mx, in clockwise direction by angle theta to align it with x-axis. What it means to say is, we know that how to find the reflection matrix along x-axis, we know how to find the reflection matrix along y-axis. So if there is any line which is not along x or y axis but a line which is passing through the origin, so for that we need to have a proper systematic structure, that is we will be following 3 different steps. The first step is rotate the line, that is axis of reflection, this line, in clockwise direction by angle theta, and theta is equals to tan inverse m, where m is your slope of the line, to align it with x-axis. What will happen is, when we will rotate this particular line in clockwise direction, it will align with x-axis. What I mean to say is, rotate the line, again I am repeating, rotate the line, that is axis of reflection y equals to mx in clockwise direction by angle theta equals to tan inverse m, to align it with x-axis. And one thing very important, here we are rotating it in clockwise direction. So if we are rotating it in clockwise direction, and we are assuming it from the very first video that we are taking anti-clockwise as positive, so we will be taking theta in every case in our matrix is minus theta. So rotation matrix is given by, say, A1. It will be, we know as in the previous video where we did the rotation transformation, rotation about z axis, it was cos minus theta, cos theta, sin theta 0, sin theta, cos theta 0, 0, 0, 1. So this minus sin minus theta, cos minus theta, sin minus theta, minus, because it is in clockwise direction. That means our body has, or our line has rotated in clockwise direction, so that it aligns with axis of reflection, now becomes the x-axis. So our first step is to rotate it in clockwise direction to an angle theta. Now second step is perform the reflection transformation, that is reflection about x-axis is obtained. Let A2 represents the reflection matrix. Then we know that if A2 is your reflection matrix, we know that along x-axis reflection matrix is 1 0 0 0 minus 1 0 0 0 1, that is x-axis remains x coordinates remains the same, whereas y coordinates it flips. So this is suppose P, so it becomes P dash. Then third is, now the line is rotated by an angle in counterclockwise direction, so that original position of the line is restored. Then in the third step, what we will do is, we will take the rotation matrix as A3, which will align it with the original line, that was its original axis of rotation. after performing the reflection. So A3 will be again cos theta sin theta 0 minus sin theta cos theta 0 0 0 1, where theta will be the tan inverse m, and this time we will take this theta as positive because we are moving it in clockwise direction. So our point P, which was the initial point, got reflected to P dash finally by following these 3 steps. So what we will do is, after getting all these 3 matrices, the resultant matrix R is obtained by concatenating A1, A2 and A3. Concatenating means multiplying all these 3. So our R will be equals to A1, A2 and A3. That is a rotation matrix having a clockwise rotation, then reflection matrix, that is reflection about x-axis, then a rotation matrix, that is rotation about anti-clockwise direction. So this multiplying all these 3 will finally give you the resultant reflection matrix of when the axis of rotation or axis of reflection is the line passing through origin. Now case 4. To find reflection matrix when the axis of reflection is the line passing through y equals to mx plus c. What does it mean? It means that reflection matrix needs to be found when the axis of reflection is not along x-axis or along y-axis or not passing through the origin, but at certain intercept c. As you can see in this figure, suppose we have a xy plane where axis of reflection is a line having equation of line as mx plus c, and this axis is inclined at an angle theta with horizontal. The equation of the line is mx plus c, where c is the intercept along y-axis. So when the axis of reflection is this line whose equation is y equals to mx plus c, how we will do is, very fast we will see. Suppose this is the point P having coordinates x comma y, and we need to reflect it along this line having the equation y equals to mx plus c. So in this particular case we follow the steps. Let's see. That is, case 4 is to find reflection matrix when the axis of reflection is the line passing through y equals to mx plus c. So this is our initial problem. So we will follow the following steps. First is translate the line so that it passes through origin. What we will do is, we will translate this line to make it to reach point C. That means we will translate it along y-axis, and that too having the translation parameter equal to C. So what will happen is, it will reach to origin. Now this problem has become the problem that we have solved in case 3. So what we will do is rotate so as to align it with one of the axes. That means we will rotate this so that it aligns with, say, x-axis, or we can do this for y-axis also. So in our case we are taking it in general as rotating it so that it reaches to the x-axis. So then we will perform next reflection about axis is obtained. That means if the after rotation axis of reflection becomes the x-axis, so we will perform the reflection transformation. This P will become P dash. Then next we will again rotate it in, the line is rotated back to its original inclination. That means it will be rotated back to the inclination having angle theta, and then finally the line is translated back to its original position. That is, we will perform the translation along y-axis with translation value equals to positive C. So this way we can perform the reflection transformation along a line which is passing through y equals having equation y equals to mx plus c. Hope it is very clear. Again I am repeating very fast. Suppose this is the line, it is at a distance say C from, or we can say the intercept is C along y axis. So first we will translate into negative y direction to make it reach the origin. Then we will rotate it so that the axis becomes inclined to or in line with x-axis, that is we will rotate it in clockwise direction so that the axis of reflection becomes the x-axis. Then we will perform the reflection transformation. Then we will again perform the rotation transformation in anti-clockwise direction. Then we will translate it back to its original position. This way, by following these steps, we can perform the reflection transformation. Hope you are very clear. So finally, the resultant matrix is obtained by concatenating the above 5 transformation matrix. That means first translation in negative y direction T1, then rotation in clockwise direction, then reflection, R3 is reflection along x-axis, then rotation in anti-clockwise direction, R4, then finally translation transformation matrix in positive y direction, and multiplying all these 5 will give you the resultant matrix, which will be the matrix for when the axis of reflection is the line passing through y equals to mx plus c. Hope it is very clear. Just make your own notes and revise it once. You will get all the concepts clear very effectively. So if you are done, let's take one problem. Find the reflection matrix when the axis of reflection is a line y equals to 3x plus 2, and send it to me to my email id, that is gaganvansal12345@gmail.com. As I have explained you the case for, this is similar to that, but very fast I will be taking the hint. The hint of the question is this is your problem where axis of reflection is y equals to 3x plus 2. What you need to do is first translate it to origin. It will become y equals to 3x. Then you need to rotate it in clockwise direction so that it becomes y equals to 0. That means we will perform the rotation transformation in clockwise direction, then perform the reflection about x-axis, then rotate back to the same with anti-clockwise direction, and then translate back to with positive 2 value in y direction. Hope it is clear. So send the final solution in my Gmail ID. Thank you so much. We have covered the 4 transformations, and in the next video we will be covering the shear transformation. Thank you so much.